Good afternoon to all. Just let me know whether my screen is visible and my voice is completely audible to you.
Sir,
Okay, thank you. We will just wait for a couple of minutes till students join, and then we will start our discussion. Okay, so we shall start our session. So in last session, we have seen about the summing amplifier, and this was the circuit diagram, and we have also done the analysis part of summing amplifier. So from analysis part, we have come to the conclusion that the summing amplifier is nothing but the output expression for the summing amplifier is given by this particular expression. That is VO equals to minus of VA, VB plus VC. VA plus VB plus VC. Where VA, VB, VC are nothing but the different inputs which were given to the inverting terminal and output you are getting and the output terminal. So the more general expression is this. This is the general expression, but what we have done in this expression, we have made the gain of this expression as 1. That means when Rf equals to R, then the gain of this particular equation becomes 1. And this generalized equation is reduced to more specific equation. Then we have also started our discussion on the subtractor, that is op amp as a subtractor. So as the name indicates, what should be its working, that it should work exactly like a subtraction of two numbers or two voltage sources such as. So in this case, two different voltage sources are taken as VA and VB. These are two different voltage sources. And one peculiar point we have seen regarding the circuit diagram is the discussion we have done so far. In that discussion, either inverting or non-inverting, one of the inverting or non-inverting terminal was grounded. But in this case, it is not the case. It is not happening here. So there are two inputs, VA and VP. VA is given to the inverting and VP is given to the non-inverting. So you can see here that neither input is grounded. And in this situation, what we will do, our approach will be, we will follow the superposition theorem. What the superposition theorem tell you that if in your circuit there is more than one voltage source or more than one input is there, then you need to find out the output response for individual input first. So since there are two inputs, so what we will do, we will study two cases. So in first case, we will utilize or we will consider VA as our primary input and VB will be grounded. Okay. And we will find out the output, related output, when VA is acting alone. In case number 2, what we will do, VA will be grounded and we will consider that input is nothing but VB, and for that input VB we will find out the corresponding output voltage. And at the end we will see that the response, the total output voltage or the net output voltage will be nothing but the output voltage due to input VA plus output voltage due to input voltage VB. So these two cases you should remember. Okay. So we will start our discussion regarding subtractor. So when VB is equals to 0, the circuit appears as inverting amplifier. So when I am doing VB, suppose it is considered as ground. Then in that case, input will be given to the inverting terminal, right? So this particular circuit will work as an inverting amplifier, or it will work in a inverting configuration. So that same thing is mentioned here. So the circuit appears as an inverting amplifier, while when VA is 0, the circuit becomes non-inverting amplifier. Since the circuit has two inputs, VA and VB, superposition theorem will be used to determine the voltage gain of the amplifier. So we are well equipped now to analyze this particular circuit. Also now we will consider case number 1. What is happening? We have considered in case number 1, VB equals to 0. Okay. So this VB we have considered it as 0. We have grounded it. So now this circuit will act as a inverting amplifier since it is connected in inverting configuration. Right? VA is given to the inverting terminal of your op-amp. So that's why this circuit is now becomes inverting amplifier. Circuit now becomes inverting amplifier. And we know that what is the output voltage? What is the gain of inverting amplifier in terms of output voltage? Anyone? What is the gain of inverting amplifier?
F upon Rin.
Yes, it is minus RF upon RE. So now in this case, so the output voltage due to VA. So this is an important term again. The output voltage due to input VA, we have considered it as VOA. So VOA stands for output voltage for the input VA. Okay. So this you should remember. Then now we know that output voltage due to VA is nothing but now in this case VOA is our output voltage. And what is the gain? Gain is nothing but minus RF upon RE multiplied by what will be the V in. General formula क्या था आपका? What was the general formula for voltage gain? V out upon V in. equals to minus Rf upon Rin for inverting amplifier. So in this case, V output becomes, hello, am I audible? I got one feedback that my voice is very low. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now in this case, our output is VOA and our input will be voltage at inverting terminal. All right. So voltage at inverting terminal. So voltage at inverting terminal is nothing but VA. And if you observe the feedback resistor, this one is feedback resistor. Its value is R. And this one will your input resistance. Its value is also R. So I have just put the value of Rf equals to R here. And again Rin equals to R here. So this expression becomes minus R upon R into VA. VA is nothing but a voltage at inverting terminal. Okay. So this R divided by R becomes 1. And finally you will get output due to input VA as minus VA. This is very simple. We have just applied the expression of gain for inverting amplifier. And in this case, Rf is also R and Rin is also R. Final output getting minus VA. So just you can remember this by considering, by giving it number as number 1. Alright. Then we will proceed with the case number 2. So what will happen in the case number 2? In case number 2, VA will be grounded. Okay, so this is your VA is grounded, and now your input will be VB. So now this circuit is nothing but a non-inverting amplifier, because inverting is grounded and you are given input to the non-inverting terminal. But now interesting is we are interested in this particular voltage. It is voltage at point. Voltage at this point is nothing but voltage at non-inverting terminal. We are interested in voltage at non-inverting terminal. VB is your input voltage, but it is not the node voltage at this particular point. We are interested in this voltage. Okay. So now how will you decide what is the value of this voltage? If you observe this network carefully, it is nothing but a voltage divider network. Okay. So we have already seen in the voltage divider biasing, right? So there was current flowing through R. यहाँ पे तो current जाएगा नहीं. There will be no current flow. So same current will flow from this loop, right? So this is nothing but a repetition of voltage divider or potential divider biasing. Okay. So the simple trick you should remember, either you can go with this KVL or you can just remember that since this is the total voltage. Okay, now in this case VB is your total voltage, which will be nothing but the addition of voltage drop between this R and voltage drop between these R. But we are interested in at this particular point. So at this particular point means we are interested in this voltage, that is voltage across this R. Okay. So now since VB is total voltage, so how will it dissipate across two identical resistors? If you observe, the value of this resistor will be also R, and the value of this resistor is also R. So since these two are identical, this complete voltage VB will dissipate across this R, across these two different resistors R as VB by 2. So half voltage will be dropped across this R and half voltage will be dropped across this R. But here we are interested in a drop across this resistance R. So what will be the voltage at this node? The voltage at this node is nothing but directly connected to the non-inverting terminal. So voltage at non-inverting terminal, you can see, you can observe here, voltage at non-inverting terminal is equals to, this is the value of R, okay, this is R divided by total resistance, that is R plus R multiplied by input is VB. So this is nothing but a voltage divider formula. ठीक है, मतलब जिसके भी अक्रॉस आपको वोल्टेज फाइंड आउट करना है, सपोज दो रेजिस्टेंस है and you want to find out the voltage across any one of resistance, then how will you find out? You need to take the value of resistance which you want to find out the voltage drop across divided by total resistance and multiplied by total voltage. So in this case total voltage is VB and total resistance is R plus R. This R plus R becomes twice R and this R upon 2R becomes 1 by 2. What is the voltage at this particular point? V, that is V suffix non-inverting, is VB by 2. Okay. Or else you can easily remember like this, that now VB is total voltage, and since these two are identical, then VB by 2 will drop across this resistance and VB by 2 will drop across this resistance. And we want the drop across this resistance, right? Hence our non-inverting voltage at non-inverting terminal will be VB by 2, and this is very important point because most of the students will do V non-inverting equals to VB. So in this case inverting के लिए क्यों नहीं किया, क्योंकि there was no second resistor. So whatever the VA was there, that was total drop across this resistor. But in this case there are two resistors. There is a voltage divider network. So that's why half will be dropped across this and half will be dropped across this. Finally, V non-inverting will be VB by 2. Okay. Is there any doubt in case number 2? If there is any doubt, then you can ask me. This is very important point. For simplification, you can just remember like this. This is voltage divider network. So what will it do? It will divide the total voltage. But now division will be equal since these resistors are equal. So VB by 2 on this resistor and VB by 2 on this resistor will drop across this resistor. And we are interested in this particular voltage, that is voltage across resistance R. So it becomes now VB by 2. Now again, we are studying case number 2. So in case number 2, our circuit is nothing but a non-inverting connected non-inverting configuration. So it will be acting as a non-inverting amplifier. What is the gain of non-inverting amplifier? Anyone?
Plus RF upon Rin.
Right. So gain of non-inverting amplifier is nothing but 1 plus RF upon Rin. So VOB in this case is our output. What is VOB? VOB is nothing but output due to input VB. Okay. VOA क्या था? It was output due to input VA. So now VOB is our output and input is V suffix non-inverting, that is voltage at non-inverting terminal is our input, and this is the gain 1 plus RF upon RE. Now again, RF value, the value of RF is also R and the value of Rin is also R. Since all resistors are nothing but taken as identical, you can observe here, right? So you have to just put the values of RF and Rin here. So R divided by R becomes 1. 1 plus 1 becomes 2. And what is the value of V non-inverting? It is VB by 2. You just find out. Just look here. Voltage at non-inverting terminal is VB by 2. Okay. So again, I have just put this value of V non-inverting as VB by 2. This value is 2. So now this 1 plus 1 becomes 2 and these 2 will get cancelled. And final output you will get VB. Right. So output voltage due to input VB is nothing but VB. मीन्स अगर VB आपने इनपुट दिया तो आपको आउटपुट भी VB मिल जाए. Alright. Now, but according to superposition theorem, by using superposition theorem, we can add these two responses. We can add these two outputs. VOB was output when only VB was input, and VO is nothing but the output when your input was VA, right? So now in order to find out net output voltage, you need to add these two components, VOA and VOB. And this particular thing we have done it by the application of superposition theorem. Okay. So we have to just put the value VOB in this sense is VOB is nothing but VB, right? VOB is nothing but VB. I have put the value of VOB equals to VB. And VOA क्या था? You can observe here VOA. The value of VOA we got is minus VA. I'm putting that value here minus VA. So this is the final expression of your circuit as a subtractor, op-amp as a subtractor. When two inputs VA and VB are given to your subtractor circuit, your output will be VB minus VA. Okay. This is the final expression. Thus, the output voltage VO is equal to the voltage VB applied to the non-inverting terminal minus voltage VA applied to the inverting terminal. VB is nothing but a voltage at non-inverting terminal and VA is voltage applied at inverting terminal. Hence, this circuit is called a subtractor. Is it clear? Okay, I will just repeat it. Just briefly, I will repeat it this time. So now this was our subtractor and this was our circuit. Okay. What we have found out that there are two inputs. So it is not possible to find out the output voltage at the same time. So what we have done, we have kept one input and we have grounded another input and we have founded the output voltage for the corresponding input. Similarly, in the next case, we have grounded VA and VB and find out the output for VB. So in this way, and we have done this by using the application of superposition theorem. So what does superposition tell you? That if in your circuit there are more than one voltage source are there or more than one input voltages are there, then in that case you have to find out output voltage by keeping one input voltage active at a time and others will be grounded. And finally, the total output voltage will be nothing but the individual responses or individual output voltages. So in the same way, we have analyzed this. In case number 1, we have kept VB to 0. So this circuit becomes inverting amplifier. and we got VOA, that is output voltage due to input VA, as minus VA. In second case, we have done VA equals to 0, and hence our circuit becomes non-inverting amplifier, and with the help of some calculation or mathematical manipulation, we have find out that VOB is equals to VB. But VOA and VOB are not your final output or net output. These were individual inputs, or sorry, individual output due to individual input. So in order to calculate the net output voltage, you have to add them. So final net output voltage VO is nothing but addition of individual voltages, output voltages. And thus finally we got this expression as VB minus VA. Okay. So this is regarding the op-amp as a subtractor. Now one very small topic is remaining, that is comparator, op-amp as a comparator. So this is the last topic of your unit number 2. Okay. I will just so I hope this is visible to you. This is our syllabus. So in unit number 2, you can observe here, this was your syllabus. These many topics. Okay. So we have started our discussion from what is operational amplifier. Then we have also seen the block diagram of op-amp, then ideal op-amp parameters and its definition we have seen. Then after that we have discussed the application of op-amp as linear applications and non-linear applications. So in linear applications, the op-amp will act as a amplifier. Okay. So whenever op-amp will act as an amplifier, there must be a feedback given in your circuit. There must be a feedback resistor. So we have seen in inverting, non-inverting, voltage follower, summing amplifier and subtractor. Up to this particular point we have seen, and we have also observed that there in each of these circuits there was feedback given, and feedback is generally given by using one resistor called as feedback resistor, right? But now comparator, the last topic, comparator, is nothing but the application of, it is non-linear application. Comparator is non-linear application. So what do you mean by non-linear application? Now in this application, in this circuit, in comparator, your op-amp will not work as an amplifier, but it will act as a switch. Okay. So what is the property of switch? Switch always oscillates between two values. Take any switch for that example. Any switch will oscillate between two values, either on, off, negative, positive, 0, 1. Okay. So we will now see the final topic of our unit number 2, that is comparator. Is my screen visible now? It is showing comparator as a title.
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. Now this is the simple diagram of your comparator circuit. Now as I have mentioned that in this particular topic, our op-amp is not, we are not using our op-amp as an amplifier, and for amplifier feedback is very necessary. So you can observe here there is no feedback. Is there any connection between Vout and input terminals? No connection. So this particular op-amp is nothing but the open loop op-amp. Since there is no feedback, है ना, पहले यहाँ पे RF होता था, feedback resistor was there initially in all the circuits what we have seen so far, but now in this case there is no feedback resistance, there is no feedback given from the output to input. So hence this particular op amp is called as open loop op amp. Okay. Again, a few circuit elements are there. So suppose for example D1 and D2. So these are nothing but two diodes of different directions. You can observe here that these diodes are connected in different directions. So this diode, the basic purpose of this diode is to protect this circuit and to limit the input voltage. Okay. Then again you can observe plus minus sign is there. That is non-inverting amplifier, non-inverting terminal, and this is inverting terminal. So at non-inverting terminal, if you observe, V in is given to the non-inverting terminal. That is input voltage. No, sine wave. You can observe here sine wave. So input voltage is given to the non-inverting terminal. Whereas suppose you observe inverting terminal, then there is a constant voltage is given. That is reference voltage. So V reference, it is having the value of 1 volt. So these are the circuit details. There are protection diodes which is used to protect this particular circuit. Then plus VCC and minus VE is required in order to, because without these set, we have also call it as saturated voltages, right? VSAT plus VSAT भी बोलते हैं इसको और minus VSAT. These voltages are DC voltages, always remember, and it will power your op amp. So whenever you are working your op amp, it will require some energy, and that energy will be provided by VCC and minus VEE. It is dual power supply, and generally the value are same but opposite in polarity. Okay. So we will just again we'll just read few points regarding this circuit. So a comparator compares signal voltage on one input of the op amp with known voltage called as reference voltage or the other input. Now from the comparator itself, you can analyze that comparator will be the circuit. It will have two inputs, right? Comparator has two inputs, non-inverting, inverting, and you will continuously compare one voltage with another voltage. So if you observe, this V in is sinusoidal wave, that is it is continuously varying. So it is our V in, that is input voltage. And this input voltage will be continuously compared with this constant reference voltage. So this Vref is reference voltage which is having value of 1 volt and it is constant throughout. Okay. So you must clear this point that this V in is varying throughout, and we will compare this V in with constant voltage 1 volt. That is V reference voltage. And if this V in is greater than V reference, then we will say that our output is positive. Why? Because V in is given to the positive terminal and Vref is given to the negative terminal. If the voltage at non-inverting terminal is greater than voltage at inverting terminal, then output will be positive. And if inverting terminal, that is V in is nothing but input voltage. Input voltage is nothing but non-inverting voltage. So suppose non-inverting voltage at non-inverting terminal, suppose it is less than voltage at inverting terminal, then your output will be negative. Now the question is, positive होगी तो कौन सी वैल्यू होगा and negative होगा तो कौन सा वैल्यू होगा, right? Always I have already mentioned this particular case in earlier session that when there is no feedback, that is when you are using your op amp in open loop configuration, this is open loop configuration, then your op amp will always have either of two values, either this प्लस Vsat और माइनस Vsat, राइट। एक तो प्लस Vcc वैल्यू होगी उसकी या तो माइनस, दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज प्लस Vsat and minus Vsat. Why? Because open loop, we know that the open loop gain of op-amp is around 10 raised to power 5, but this particular gain, अब हो गया क्या, अगर इन दोनों का डिफरेंस, दो इनपुट में जो वोल्टेज है, सपोज डिफरेंस ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर टू इनपुट is 1 volt, then V out should be 1 volt multiplied by this gain. That means your V out should be also equals to 10 raised to power 5 volt, which is not practically possible. Okay, so this output voltage will be always getting saturated to either this value, positive value, or negative value. Okay, so when output becomes plus VCC, then the voltage at non-inverting will be greater than voltage at inverting. Then your output will be positive. जब पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल का वोल्टेज ज़्यादा होगा तो पॉजिटिव वोल्टेज, रिमेंबर लाइक दिस. And when voltage at the inverting terminal is than voltage at non-inverting terminal, then it will become minus. Okay, very simple operation is there, comparator, there is nothing hard in it. Okay, so it is an open loop op-amp with output may be positive or negative saturation voltage depending upon which input is larger. Means if your V in, that is, this is your input voltage. If your V in is nothing but, you can observe your V in is given to the non-inverting terminal, V difference is given to the inverting terminal, right? So depending on, we will compare continuously, because this voltage is constant, V reference is constant, but it is varying because this is nothing but a sine wave. So since the value of this particular wave at each instant will vary, so we will compare this value with the 1 volt. If this value becomes greater than 1 volt, then what happens? Output becomes positive Vsat plus Vsat. है ना, अगर यहाँ पे +12 -12 लिया तो what will be the value? The value will be +12 volt. If this input, that is, if the value of sine wave becomes less than 1 volt, then your output will become negative, that is -12 volt, let's say. Okay. Then again, these 3 points are nothing but the constructional details. The diode D1 and D2 protect the output op-amp from damage due to excessive input. So due to this diode, what happens? The maximum voltage across this will be either 0.7, maximum voltage between these two input terminals, that is maximum differential voltage, will be always either it will be plus 0.7 or minus 0.7. So this diode D1 and D2 will protect your op-amp from excessive input voltage. So that is the work of your diodes. Then R1, this R1 resistor, it is in series with V input voltage, which is used to limit the current through diode D1 and D2. So whatever the current is flowing from this branch, the role of this R1 is to limit that current. Okay. So it is just a constructional details. Again, to reduce offset problems, we have seen offset problems, input offset voltage. जब आपका input 0 था, then also you are getting output. So to reduce that problems, to reduce offset problems, a resistor R is connected between inverting input and reference voltage. So this resistance is connected due to this, in order to avoid offset problems. Okay. So these are the constructional details. Now we will see the exact working of this comparator. So now you can observe here a fixed reference voltage V reference of 1 volt is applied to the inverting input. We have seen that this is your V reference. Its value is 1 volt. And other time varying signal voltage V in is applied to the non-inverting input. So this is V in, which is applied to the non-inverting input. Because of this arrangement, this circuit is also called as non-inverting comparator. Okay, you should remember this as non-inverting comparator. Why non-inverting? Because input is given to the non-inverting. V reference is not input, okay? Don't get confused. V reference is just a reference voltage which is having constant value. Okay, so input आपके circuit में कौन सा है? V. So now there we will compare now. Every time we will compare these two values. So what will happen when V in, that is this voltage, V in is nothing but voltage at non-inverting terminal, when it is less than V reference. When V in is less than V reference, then what will happen? The output voltage V0 is at minus V set. In this case, it will be equal to minus VEE. Why? Because when V in is less than V reference, the voltage at non-inverting terminal will be less than voltage at inverting terminal. माइनस का वोल्टेज ज्यादा हो गया, so that's why you will get output equals to negative output. Similarly, now second case, when V in is greater than V reference, so what will happen? Suppose this V in is now greater than V reference. That means voltage at non-inverting terminal is greater than voltage at inverting terminal. So that means your output will be positive Vsat. In this case, it will be plus VCC. Okay, just two operations you should remember, that what will happen when V in is less than V reference and what will happen when V. This point, does output changes from one saturation level to another saturation level when V in is approximately equals to V reference. This point will be clear to you in the waveform. Okay, so just final one diagram is remaining, then we will conclude our session. So there are two diagrams. So in the diagram, the V reference is positive and it is taken as 1 volt. Whatever discussion we have done so far, this particular waveform will denote that. Whereas for right hand side expression or right hand side input output waveforms, these are waveforms for negative V reference. Here we have considered the value of V reference as minus 1 volt. Okay. Now we are coming back to this particular waveform. So this sine wave, what is it? It is nothing but your input voltage, that is V in. This sine wave is V in, that is voltage applied to the non-inverting terminal, V in. And this V reference is constant 1 volt, right? So you can observe this dotted line. So this is nothing but the representation of 1 volt. V reference is nothing but voltage at inverting terminal. So now you can observe V in is voltage at non-inverting terminal and V reference is voltage at inverting terminal. Right. So now for this particular region, for this region, just only this region. So just I will annotate it with some different color. So this very fine blue region is here. For this particular region, you can observe that V in is less than V reference. V in is less than V reference means voltage at non-inverting is less than voltage at inverting. Voltage at non-inverting is less than voltage at inverting terminal. So hence our output becomes positive or negative? Anyone? When V is less than, right, our output becomes negative. Right, because Vin is nothing but a voltage at non-inverting terminal and difference is voltage at inverting terminal. प्लस टर्मिनल मतलब इन्वर्टिंग का अगर वोल्टेज ज़्यादा हो गया तो आउटपुट माइनस आएगा, अदरवाइज पॉजिटिव आएगा. तो यू कैन ऑब्जर्व फॉर दिस रीजन उसी के नीचे आउटपुट वेवफॉर्म है. फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर रीजन यू आर गेटिंग आउटपुट एज माइनस वी सेट, राइट. ओके, again for second region, from this particular part you can observe for this shaded portion blue, for this much portion now V in is greater than V reference. This value is greater than 1 volt. So that means voltage at non-inverting terminal. Non-inverting means positive. So voltage at positive terminal becomes greater than voltage at negative terminal. So that means now your for this particular for this particular region your output will be positive. Now you can observe here. So for this region, right, it is plus V set. I will again use another denotation. Okay. Now again we will proceed this particular region of your input wave. Now tell me someone, what will be this V? It will be greater than V reference or less than V reference? This shaded portion. This V is either greater than V reference. This is your V reference. Or less than V reference. Anyone?
Greater than.
How it will be greater than? It is located below, na? But this is this is your x-axis. Okay, x-axis means this is your 0 volt on x-axis. So vertically upward it will become positive 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt like this, and in negative direction it will become -1, -2, -3. So this portion is nothing but in the downward direction of 1 volt. That means it will less than 1 volt. Okay, that means V reference is greater than VE. V reference is nothing but voltage at negative terminal, voltage at inverting terminal. V in is voltage at non-inverting terminal. That's why you are getting for this region, you are getting output as minus V set. Again for next region, this much region, your V in is greater than V reference and hence you are getting output as plus V set. So if you observe that this transition is taking place, I will just try to. So this transition is taking place when V in is equals to V reference at this particular point. At this point, V in is equals to V reference. Okay. So at the value of V in, when V in equal to V reference, what is happening? The value of your op amp, output of your op amp is changing from one saturation level to another saturation level. You can observe here from one saturation level to another saturation level. Okay. So most of the students are not getting it. I have got one feedback. So what I will do, I will forward this PPT with you and just read it carefully. Okay. And if you are having there any problem, then we will discuss in the next session. Don't worry about it. Very simple logic is there. There is no hard logic. Okay. So I will just forward PPT and just go through it. And if you are not again getting it, then you can ask me. So similarly, you have to do this exercise also. Now in this particular waveform, we have used negative reference voltage. That means now you can observe V reference is nothing but -1 volt. This is -1. Okay. So study these two waveforms. This is your kind of homework. And if you're not able to understand it, then you can contact me. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you.